For the first time in JY's TV history, I'm responding to one of my girls' comments. So she said, people should also not be allowed to vote if they're not educated, should not be allowed to have children if they can't afford them. And that's the realest truth. Talking about voting, me and my girl sat here the other day, and I thought this from day one, and my opinion will never change on this. I truly believe the number one reason for people voting for Brexit is not because it's to do with any politics or economics or any laws. The number one reason why people voted for Brexit, get the fucking foreigners out. That's the number one reason. They don't want people from another land stealing their so-called jobs. So me and my girl sat here the other day and we both agreed, you know what? Because I heard back in the day, the reason why women were not allowed to vote is because women didn't want to join the army. And basically, you know, whether it was in this country or America, if you wasn't willing to fight for this country, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. And you know what? If they wanted to bring that back, cool. Why not? If you're not willing to die for this country, why the fuck should you be allowed to vote? Oh, so you can have your opinion and your say on how the country is supposed to run, but you're not willing to put your life on the line. So you know what? If they wanted to bring that back, you can only vote if you're willing to die for this country, you're willing to serve in the army. Yeah, I would agree with that. So one thing me and my girl agreed on the other day is you should only be allowed to vote if you've got a degree. And alternatively, if you don't have a degree, because, you know, it would be kind of unfair if electricians and whatever sorts of people are excluded if they don't have a degree. Alternatively, if you don't have a degree, you should have to sit some sort of exam. Yeah? And if you pass the exam, you should be allowed to vote. Now, I don't have a proper degree. I've got a foundation degree, but I don't have a bachelor's in that. But let's just say, yeah, they said, you can only vote if you have a bachelor's degree and onwards, yes, or master's or doctorate, PhD and that. That's cool. If I'm excluded from that, that's cool. I don't mind them saying to me, JYs, you cannot vote because you don't have a degree. I don't mind putting my vote in the hands of educated people, because I promise you, I guarantee you, a lot of these people that want to get the right foreigners out and that, they're not educated. Educated people, they think a different way. I guarantee you, I promise you, if they put it down to only people who have degrees to do the voting for Brexit, this country would be in a different position. We would still be a part of the EU, but obviously we're allowed to put the vote in the hands of people that ain't got nothing but wind in between their ass clock skull and that. So I think they should actually make that a law. Like, you can only vote if you've got a degree, and if you don't have a degree, then sit this exam. If you're intelligent enough to pass this exam, then you can vote. Yeah, that's cool. But let's just say they just said you can only vote if you have a degree. I don't mind giving my vote to someone. I don't mind putting my vote in the hands of someone who is somewhat intelligent, because I guarantee you, like I said, all these people from certain areas up north and that, they ain't got nothing in their head, yeah, and they're allowed to make decisions for this country and that. They're not making calculated, informative decisions. They're just making decisions off of their feelings towards people that are not the original inhabitants of this country and that. So yeah, man, I believe that, yeah, you should be an educated person in order to vote.